hello. Ba, 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 ba. Hello, hello. Yeah, hi, Mie. Hey, Mark. I washed my hands. Hold on. Okay. Jesus. Tie my hair up. I'm here. More Ace Attorney. Okay. Sorry. Not ready. I'm not ready. We'll be in a second. Jesus. Okay. Ace Attorney Chronicles. I don't remember what was happening. Hey, babe. Bum, 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 bum. I have some candy with me. Ah. Okay. Fine. Don't remember what was happening. Let's check the audio. It's okay, I guess. Not too bad. Pa, 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 pa. I have water. Where's my candy? I have candy. I shouldn't be eating this candy, but for some reason, I'm so hungry today. I'm like so hungry today. I'm so hungry. I don't understand what's happening. So fucking hungry. Meh. Okay. Hold on, I need to look at the log real quick. I don't remember what was happening. Something about debt? Lent money to Mr. Gilded. Ah! The really rich guy is being accused of murder. And then loans that have been given out. Okay. Got it. All right, let me turn off my sound because I'm a professional. Ah. All right. Back to the court case. Okay. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. Right, this is the record of the loans that Mr. McGilded gave out And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. Why are you drinking in court? A marvelous toast, Counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. Ooh, catalog of people who had borrowed money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. It includes the victim, who owed 20 guineas. Okay, so that is what it is. Ah, yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. Is that a lot? And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Oh yeah, I forgot these are the jurors. Regrettably, madame, that is the modus operandi of the accused. And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be told guilty still. Maybe it's all for the best. Isn't that the last flame? Was this supposed to happen? Am I supposed to... This doesn't feel right. That was it. The last juror's decision. Ah, according to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. The final verdict. It's over then. Oh! There's a footnote, though. A footnote. However, the defense, all 6 members of the jury, are now in agreement in this case. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. Mr. Sato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your encyclopedia of British law. However, the defense... What did it say that next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. Cross-examination? Summation examination? A summation examination? From which century has that tomb you have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book's at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So, if it's in the law, it's in the law. So you're out of luck. Hey! I can do what I want. That man got drip. Ah, why am I shrieking? Yeah, he's a prosecutor. This is a murder mystery game. What even is it, Miss Susato? This so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment, and I'll read it. I'll read about it. If it's in the law, it's in the law. Fuck you, Van Zeeks. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese. That's racist. All right, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do What exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Hi, lovelies. How are you? Yeah, more baby you. I know, right? Hi. How's it going? Right now, we're gonna have to go and convince the jurors to change their minds. Yes, in times gone by, the barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really. So it rather fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try it in this day and age. I say I should try. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. Yeah, bitch. If it's in the law, it's in the law. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Might as well. Summation examination. Our last possible option. Hey, David. Why is Van Zeke so so hot? I don't know. Do we assert the right? Of course we'll assert the right. It is the law. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord. You can't object to that. It's the law. London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried. But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it would prove vital in this trial. The defense petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. That's what I said, Van Zeeks. That's what I said. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Well, I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. Were they all paid off or something? I don't really hold with all this justifying lark. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Neither have I. All right then. The summation examination, a defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe, it might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. All right, let's go. Let's cross-examine all of them. God, this is a lot of cross-examining. All right, here we go. All right, tell me why you think he's guilty. Starting with you, juror number 1. Judicial findings. Interesting. All right. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. Why does he have a knife in court? I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It's beggars belief. It beggars belief. Excuse me. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they? Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get 6 people to... 6?! Out of 7?! Jesus. I have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. Hi, Amaro. Hi. How are you? How's it going? How you doing? According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Oh. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear. I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right? I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury... Oh, not 7, there's 6 of them. Of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Oh. Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, then we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. Oh. I see. So it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. Oh. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. All right. Find contradictions in their statements. And pit the jurors against one another to break them down. All right, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off. Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask that you take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Jury examination. All right. Okay, there was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Four passengers? Fares totaling 20 pence? That means each ride was 5 pence. That goes against what the other guy was saying. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are we pulling off? Is it a family-friendly game? Yes. This count can't math. Yeah, wait a minute. What was the fare? The fare... The worker for the transportation company said they've never raised it above 4 pence. No? Maybe my memory is bad. What's Totary, Mark? He stuck the trap next to him like this, brazen, I must say. Simply typed and collated all the statements made far, draw logical conclusion. We haven't raised... See, above 4 pence. That's wrong. Wait, so it would be against juror... 2 and juror 5? I thought you said that. I heard that wrong, maybe. That's okay. I'm gonna pitch you. Okay, there's no L and O. Okay. Okay, this one. Pitch you. See. Okay. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. 4 divided by 20 is 5. That's wrong. These two don't make sense. That's contradictory. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. If it was 4 at 4 pence a piece, it would be 16. They do. Explain yourself, counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I swear on Silver Blaze's mane and name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Does that mean there's another person riding that they didn't account for? Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That is, a fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, it would be 16 pence. Yeah, no shit, bitch. Does that mean there's an extra passenger? Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible that there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Oh, good gracious. Yeah. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men. One and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon? She's like, you a liar. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news would surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Ah. All right then. How do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of the set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go at... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo. Innocent! This is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. We got a 2 for 2. There's one more contradiction that I thought of as well. For the love of Mike, not you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exact standards in financial matters. Oh, really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it. You can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds. I think I know the 2. Hi, Foxhound. How are you? How's it going? We can force the trial to continue. 2 more. Actually... Good. How are you? I'm good. I'm so... Today, I've been so hungry today. Like, I ate quite a bit for dinner, but I don't feel full. I don't know why. I'm so hungry. Like, I'm not hungry, but I'm not full. Like, I can't get full. I don't understand. It's a weird day. I have some watermelon rings in front of me, but I haven't eaten them yet because they have tahini on them. So it'll make my it'll make me salivate and I'll be hard to read. I'll get you. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. That was like a parasite. For you, Masamune, the third one on there would be maybe my time of the month is coming. That is another thing. Also, I like how your first choice was parasite. Christ. I don't have a parasite. You know how crazy that would be if I did, though? You know how crazy that would be if I did? I'd be like that, one of those episodes of House. Pregnancy is a subcategory of parasite. You know what? I take it back. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. But definitely not that. Definitely not that. Absolutely not. Let's see. How's it going? Did you see Nimi's model? Anyone here in the chat? Did anyone see Nimi's model? Her model reveal today? Oh my god. You're so cute. Sorry. I remembered you posting about the stream and I remembered. It's so cute. Yes, she's a maid. Yes, she's a Baku. But her design, when I think really hard in my brain, I can't really think of any VTuber that has a similar design to her. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I don't know many... She's a Baku, right? Like a dream eater? That's what her VTuber is based off of. Am I wrong on that? Yes, Baku nurse. Got it. Okay. So cute. Where have I heard about Bakus before? Ah! There's an anime. There's an anime about, like, God, what do I call it? Does anyone know the little... It looks like a doll, but it's a little mummy. It's an anime, but there's a little mummy doll, and this anime is about a bunch of, like, antiques that kind of come about the house, and, like, supernatural creatures that come about a normal house. And this kid has, like, a pet doll mummy. Damn it, what anime is that? I'll find out later, but that's where there's a Baku in that anime. Shit. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm thinking about. I forgot. Okay, let me continue. Sorry, I got tangent. I got tangented. I went on a tangent. Okay. There's something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. That's where you must strike next. I'm pretty sure the grandma and the guy with the knife said something contradictory. I think so. I'm pretty sure. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly. You can do it. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Okay. Okay, stuck. Okay, this part, hold on. This is the part, I think this one's saying something wrong. He stuck the chap next to him, like this. Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen. Okay. Her. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. Yeah, this part, yeah, see? She says he got stabbed on the floor. This guy said he got stabbed next to him. This was the wrong one. I don't remember anybody being stabbed on the floor. What? Explain counsel post haste. Oh dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? Oh, he's an idiot. We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you see I'm busy here? With what? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ha! Wanted to test me, do you? It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true. My eyesight's doing weird things again. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, dear. As far as I understand, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Now, don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless my stitches. What a muddle. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh, but why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good consciousness? In conscience, excuse me. Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. Oh, she changed it. Innocence! Hey! The scales. I don't believe it. This is so dramatic. Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Easter sorcerer using magic on us all. That's racist! If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? Answer me this, Dark Jinx. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if 2 witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What of it? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and the Shylock stabbed him again, and this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, Who are you calling dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. They're ready to kill each other now. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the 2 witnesses see 2 different moments of the same crime? Oops, did not mean to push that. It's true. There's an outside chance of almost anything you care to mention. Exactly the point I've been trying to make. Before you go any further, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, what is it, Mr. Sato? I think you should have a look through the court records. Yeah, I had a feeling I had to present how they died. I think it was only 1 stab wound. Fortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jays? Come on, out with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. Oh. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me your proof. Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure it's the autopsy report, no? Or whatever shows how they died. I think there's only 1 stab wound. I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same, as proven by... Here you go. This one. A single stab wound to the abdomen. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Only once? Quite simple. Victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times. Alright, I concede defeat. Innocence! Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won! What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. We had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair off his... Ew, he's licking the knife. That is horrid. Ew. Please tell me he's a barber. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate. And the trial must continue. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Yep. So, Lord Van Zeeks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. You can't drink in here! Oh my god. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks! Is it cold in here or is it just me? As your antiquated tomb no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. He took off his cape! Bring forth the witnesses once more. Oh, if evil, why hot? That's infuriating. Alright, witnesses. Who the fuck lied? Witnesses? I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Yes, sir. That I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir. I heard it. You, sir, on the end. The coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir. My lord, sir? If it transpires that in your previous testimony, you were attempting to veil the presence of a 5th passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh, mio Dio. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. Ah. All right, they gotta retestify. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it. But, well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. Oh. He fitted us on a fare, he did. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. That's all too much. Were they upcharged? I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh, yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. That Beppo guy is sussy. Council, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little Kozenage. Kazanaji. Kazinage. Kunzenage. What? Hold on. How do I say this word? Actually, I've never seen this word in my life. Kozenage. Pronunciation. Let's see. Cozenage. Cozenage? Cozenage. Okay. Little cozenage. What does it mean? The inclination or practice of misleading others through lies or trickery. Oh, just say lies. Fuck. Beppo, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers for a penny a fare? By a penny a fare. It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. I'm sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace. And your selfless actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last... 10 pence? On the bus just last week. What? Wow. 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. No, that figures. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. You've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely. All right. Okay. But, pay 5 pence for the bus. Did us on the fare, he did, and then I saw the blood-curdling sight is all too much. I tell you, I saw McGillis stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh, yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow we've managed to keep our chances alive here. Can't waste this cross-examination. Have to use it to bring some new facts to light. So should we just, like, press people? Like, every single testimony? Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as they did before. Oh, so I actually have to be careful of what I press. I can't just press everything. Maybe, but we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information. True, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. You're right, in fact. Let me think. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Yes, you're right. I need to pay careful attention here. I don't want to miss even a flicker of a reaction. Oh, a reaction. Reaction. So far, just Mr. Beppo's fucking freaking out. Remember, you happen to spot one of the witnesses reacting in a strange way. Don't hesitate to pursue them as to the reason, okay? That's fair. I do need to check some of the new evidence though, like the ledger. All right. He looks uncertain here. He looks pretty sure. This is his normal response. This is his normal response. This is his normal response. He stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so. Yes. But how would the coachman even see? I think this is wrong because the coachman's driving the carriage. The coachman wouldn't be able to see the stabbing, right? That doesn't sound right. Okay, let's press him. That doesn't sound right. Earlier, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Yes, that's right. Let's see. Before, actually, I just said I was gonna look at the ledger. Forgot. My bad. Hold on. Otherwise, I feel like I'm gonna miss something. Okay, this is just the ledger. Open the ledger. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Oh dear. Do you really think we ought to look inside? Oh, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you we will not find Mr. Sholm's name inside. Well, let's see what we find. Alright. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Oh, goodness. What is it? Look at this. You see the name here. Bruce Fairplay. Does that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment. Oh, yes, of course, the banker. Why is his name? Yeah, why is the banker's name in here? He's a banker. Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? That's a lot. And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. Oh. Uh-oh. Someone owes money. All right. Oops. I forgot I could look through the rest of them. Yes, that's right. You said the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. I suppose. What do you mean, I suppose? You have to be sure. I might have, you know, yes, put the cart before the horse, maybe. What? What's this? Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from the seats on the roof deck. That's what I thought. Oh, I expected that was me, sir. Then, when I turned around, yes, I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. That's right, yes, and the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So, in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all. Huh. I really thought I did, but when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise... Eh? Oh, the stabbing data. You! What are you reacting for? Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now, listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? Could he have just happened to see the exact moment? No, there's no way, because he's driving the thing, no? Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through the skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it clear as a Ballarat day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement of what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. Okay. Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the butcher stabbed the man? Hands? Wasn't there gloves being used? Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end somehow. Oh. What? Hands? I'm pretty sure the defendant was wearing gloves, no? Okay, give me back to the cross-examination. He added something to his testimony, so he might say that again. Okay, 5 pence. Stab the man. Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the butcher? No, see, look, they're gloves. You didn't see his hands. He was wearing gloves. What do you mean about hands? Blood-soaked hands? Well, I admit that soaked might be laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in both of them. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes. Right. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark color stain here. But as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. Yeah. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. Ha 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 ha. But no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here then. Uh-oh. That's right. You were quite clear about it. You said It was both hands. Oh my god. Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth? It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands. It was only one, but the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused. No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. It's because he owes money. Why? Why? I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. A banker literally has nothing related to being an honest person. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate. He's claiming to have no reason to lie. But is that really the case? No, he has money he owes. If we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely. I have evidence. We have the ledger. Yeah, I do. My lord. Yes, counsel. The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes. Evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony. Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present this evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court. He owes money. This is a list of all the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, what? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No, well, it's barely worthy of being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. It would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw? In a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant. Oh. Oh, he's crashing out. Ordar. Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord. Let me ask you again. Be aware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir. That cane looks yummy. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. All right. Well, let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGilded's hands, both of them. And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. So you keep saying. First? Well, he eats it, makes me think I should eat it. I don't know what a pimp stick is, Mark. What is that? I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir. Cane? Why is a cane called a pimp stick? Go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself. As it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir. On the assailant's hands. I think. Yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. What? What? I'm sorry, but the gloves, only one of them has blood. It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Jesus. Crazy. That shit crazy. Sorry, my nose itches. Hold on 1 second. I just got a message that I need to respond to. I'm busy. Busy Saturday evening. For a birthday. For a birthday. If you mean the 26th. Okay. Sorry. Someone asked me if I was busy this Saturday, but I am busy because we have a birthday club. Okay. It's more of a negative connotation. Because people beat people with sticks. Is that why? Pretty much. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Mr. Naruhodo, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Hi, La. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How you doing? How you doing? I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. All right. Hold on. Gotta explain why I'm busy. Okay. Sorry. All right, another testimony. Re-testifying. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen. Okay, okay. Well, lo and behold, in truth of fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. All right. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's accounts. Fair. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. All right, let's press them all. Okay. Okay, there was blood on both hands of DC. I sincerely distinctly remember that. Okay, let's press that. Because that's not right. There's only blood on one glove. No, the evidence tells us otherwise. We have the gloves the defendant was wearing on the night in question in the court record. Well, I'm well aware of that, sir, but nevertheless, I know what I saw, and I stand by it. The man had blood on both his hands. He's defiant, even in the face of hard evidence. He's steadfastly refusing to admit that he might be mistaken about what he saw. But why? Come here. Hello, Dead Night by Death Blight. Welcome back. How's it going? How you doing? What are you grabbing? What emote is that? Meowy chunk. That is a funny emote. Poor Meowy. How you are? How do be? Your reasoning is dire. What do you mean? Hold on. One-hander to the salient point remains unchanged. Minutes after the grim crime, the victim's blood dripped guiltily, okay, from the accused's fingers. I'm doing okay, just chilling. Nice. I'm playing Ace Attorney. Have you played Ace Attorney before? Hold on. Nope. It's like a visual novel, so this is a murder mystery game. We have to cross-examine and find clues to prove my defendant is innocent. That's what we're doing. So we're cross-examining all the witnesses right now. We're calling you in? No. It's the same text from earlier. Someone was asking if a family was asking if I was busy Saturday, and I said yes, but they're asking for elaboration. So I'm giving them elaboration. I'm not on call this. Oh, am I on call this week? Good thing to check. Hold on. I should check that. I don't think I'm on call this week. At least I'm not primary. I shall look. Think your boyfriend got it. I'm a VTuber. Who do you think you're talking to, Mark? You got time for that? Yeah, I'm not primary this week, so I wouldn't get a call from work. Lol, you know I'm right. Okay. We're in the process of pressing everybody here. However, I suppose you might say I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. Yes, it matters! Press! Reminds me I should check if I'm on call. Good thing to check. Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the exact moment of the crime is a matter of fundamental importance. As well you know. But for crying out loud, we all know that no one else could possibly have done it. We wouldn't be in court otherwise if we knew that. I was just trying to save us all some time. That's not how this works. You have a loan of 20 guineas outstanding with the defendant, do you not? You owe him money. Had you hoped to release yourself from that financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty? Well, that's not entirely not what I was hoping for. I just lost a little guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong horse on the Derby. Oh, he was gambling. I was going to win it all back. There's a fixture this weekend. That's a sure thing. It's rigged. A little guinea or 10. I'm a banker. No one bats an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend. Yeah, we do. You're a banker. The fuck? I think you may have revealed rather more about your character than you bargained for, sir. This witness's scruples are not on trial here. Proceed to the next witness. Is that really how it's supposed to work? I remember seeing the knife and I remember seeing both of the... Okay, gotta press that too. I press all of them. You definitely saw that too? Blood on both hands? Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of Mr. McGilda's gloves has any signs of blood on it. That's right. The thing is, as far as I remember, sir, when I looked down, I saw Mr. McGilda sitting beside the other fellow. I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir. He wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir. And I saw the blood on both his bare hands quite clearly. It's true that the dark-colored stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported that there was no trace of blood on Mr. McGilda's gloved hands. Eh? There wasn't blood on his hands? What? This is puzzling indeed. This must be significant somehow. I'm sure of it. That's weird. That's suspicious. I didn't actually see anything myself. Not until I heard the scream. Then you're useless, Beppo. You didn't see anything? Yes, sir. That is to say, no, sir. I didn't. Very sorry about what I said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and say I saw him stab the man. Wouldn't you agree, sir? Who are you talking to? I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories. Still, to say you saw nothing isn't right either, is it? No, sir. I saw nothing at all. Mr. Beppo, you were driving the horses. At the very least, you must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, no? Oh, please. You didn't even see that? It was so cold that night, you see. It was all I could do to keep from passing out, sir. Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid. Sorry to say, sir. It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service of London's cold winter nights. Beppo! Anyone react to that? No. Anyway, the fact remains there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen it. Obviously not. Something's not right here. Press. Jesus. Oh, hi, Bentendo. How's it going? How you doing? And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight of the roof of the omnibus? That's right. It was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Oh yes, I remember. I was shivering. It was so bitter. Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. True. Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh? Why not? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. Eh? It was locked. That's right. And it's a public bus service, for pity's sake. It's not what I call fair play. Doing good so far. Me and Irofa is playing Warframe. Ah, that's fun. Hopefully you guys have a good time. Fun, fun, fun. Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. Well, I can assure you, I wasn't just looking down. I was glaring, long and hard. Is that the leprechaun? No, he's the coachman. If you're talking about the shivering old man. And that's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? I don't think so. Obviously not. I don't think they would have seen it. Is there something I can reference? See, this skylight is quite small. If you're sitting right here, say you're sitting right here, right? If you're sitting right here, there's no way you can see what's happening on this side of the carriage. You can only see what's happening in front of you. There's no way to see the back one. So no, you can't see all of it. Might lurk though. It seems to lag Twitch. But I can hear stream while I play clearly. Okay, thank you. Have fun with your friend playing Warframe. So I'm gonna call a BS that you could see everything from the skylight. See, it doesn't make sense. See, yeah, you can see inside, but you can't see all of it. No, you can't see in all directions. You can't. Doesn't make any sense. They might have might not have been able to. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You are riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the floor of the upper deck. Is that right? That's right. Yes. In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight for you. Yeah. Hi, 12. How's it going? Hola, amigo. You mean amiga? That's about the only Spanish I know. Oh, that's fair. How are you? How to be? How to do? By golly, really? Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin in the omnibus. I agree. Feeling better? Had a heart attack moment yesterday. Are you okay? Like literally a heart attack or like a really disturbing happening? Hopefully not literally a heart attack. Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. Yeah, see, you can't see right under the bench. Scary moment. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully you can relax now. That hopefully it didn't really happen. All right, what happened? Okay. Oh, okay. CPU cooler. Upgrading. Oh, CPU cooler. Nice. Made. Turn on. Let her turn on for 40 minutes to soften up the thermal paste. Okay. You could do that if you wanted. I pulled out the cooler and the fucking CPU came out with it. Luckily, the pins on the CPU are good and still working. Oh, haha. That happens though. That generally does happen. Even for me, cold or warmed up, sometimes it just comes out. Sometimes the CPU cooler sometimes the CPU comes out with it. I don't know why. I've seen it happen where the frame that keeps the CPU down pops off it. I don't know why it does that. But if it's warmed up, I would recommend, I don't know, is this a good recommendation? Maybe I shouldn't recommend this. How I do it is I try to warm it up, but I also spread my thermal paste extremely thin. And I kind of twist my CPU cooler a little bit. I lift and twist. So it'll jimmy it a little without actually lifting the entire CPU. That's how I usually do. I don't usually just straight lift. I like lift and twist a little bit to separate the contact between the thermal paste and the CPU cooler. I don't know if that's correct, but if I did that, I would have killed my pins. No, you don't twist it though. You don't like fully twist it. You like shimmy it. That's how I usually get it off without it lifting so much. Maybe I've just been lucky this entire time, but I usually just, because I don't know how you spread your thermal paste. Are you the type? Okay, that's another question. How do you spread your thermal paste?
Are you open?
Shut up.
I'll have a Krabby Patty Deluxe and a double chili kelp fries.
You had to wedge a small flathead? I have never done that in my life. How much thermal paste did you put on it? A small bead. But like, are you the type that small beads it and then presses it? Or do you spread the thermal paste across the entire CPU? Do you just like put the bead and press? It dried out? Shit. Damn. You don't spread it? Oh, that's like, maybe that's the difference. Because I take a little bead and I spread it evenly across the entire CPU that's extremely thin. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why the way we take off CPUs is different. That makes sense. Because if I just lifted it, it would totally just not budge. I'd have to jimmy it a little because I have so much thermal paste contact happening. Well, the more you know, the more you learn. I almost needed to change my pants. Holy shit, though. I think the fact that you had to use a small flathead would make me piss my pants. I'm glad it all came out at once, though. That's good. I'm glad it all turned out good. Glad it was just a heart attack moment and not a heart attack event. I usually put a lump in the middle and rely on pressing the CPU down to spread it out. Also, I've definitely bent a pin on the CPU before. I have too. I have too. Pushed it back into piece and it worked fine. I did the same thing. The thing is, I put a small bead in the middle and I use like a credit card or something something like a spatula, not made of metal, and I spread the thermal paste as thin as I can across the entire CPU. That's what I usually do. I don't bead and press. I don't know what's right, but it just feels more efficient. Because if there's more thermal paste contact with the CPU and the cooler, there's more cooling happening. You know what I mean? Am I just talking? Am I just nerding out too much right now? I think I need to continue with the game. Yeah, my PC now has a total of 10 fans. Shit, 10 fans? That's a lot. Who's popping? Mark? 2 more fans and it matches your name. That's so funny. Gay to nerd out. It is, but I'm in the middle of a court scene. But no, that's why I spread my thermal paste. I want the maximum thermal paste contact to the CPU cooler. That way the entire CPU has access to the cooler. Again, everyone has their own different way. There's so many different ways people don't put on thermal paste. I'm not saying mine is the way. That's just how I do it. Yeah. I've been thinking about if I ever wanted to do a computer building stream, but I'm kind of slow. So 3 in the front, 2 on top, 1 in the back, 2 underneath. Oh, 2 underneath the GPU. That's good. As long as it's like pushing air out. And the top one. Do you guys push air out? Do you suck air from the top or do you push air to the top? What's your flow? Do you push it to the back or do you push it? Where do you push it? That's what she said. I soldered a new power regulator onto it and no power. Suck air from the top, right? You suck air from the top and you blow it either to the front or the back. Generally, yes. That's normal people. Well, some people suck from the front. I read that you should just suck air in. But like there should be sucking air in and also blowing it out. You don't want to suck air in the entire time. You want to blow it out at some point. You know? Like there should be a flow, redirecting the air elsewhere. It's not just all sucking air in, right? Am I wrong about this? You have to put like a there's a start of where the suck happens and then the end where it blows out another direction, no? Because that way you're moving airflow, not just gathering air. Yeah? At least that's how mine is kind of sectioned. Like I suck from the top and the front, I think. And then it blows through the back. And also, well, my PC is also... Well, there's no fan on the bottom, unfortunately. I don't think. How many fans do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6. Maybe. Sorry, okay. Back to the game! Yeah. Usually my GPU is running at like 600C max while playing games. Oh, I don't know what mine's running at. Just my CPU was having issues. Oh, okay. I see. Well, as long as you figured it out. See, not 600. No, not 600. I would cry if it was 600. I think your GPU would also cry at 600. You will identify the area in this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Oh yeah, where you can't see. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that this potential extra passenger could have been situated? Right here, right under this right here. You can't see here. From the skylight, you can't see it. Oh, oops. A good night, Foxhound. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hello. I appreciate it. I'll stream again tomorrow. What am I playing tomorrow? I forgot about my own schedule. Fields of Mystery, apparently. No, not Elden Ring. Speaking of Elden Ring, wasn't there a remaster that dropped today? Of something, of some FromSoft game today? Was it Elden Ring 3 remastered or something? Didn't that drop today? What? Elden Ring 3? I think so. I think was it 3? Hold on, let me check. Something dropped today. I don't know what it was. Elden Ring. Was it 1? No. Switch 2 is getting... Oh. Something got... What dropped today? Did something drop today? Remastered for 22.25. Oh, not 3, 4. It says the Elder Scrolls, not Elden Ring. The Elder Scrolls. My bad. Not FromSoft. Sorry. It's Oblivion. My bad. I put the word Elder in my head. Elder Scrolls, not Elden Ring. I'm sorry. It was Oblivion. 4 remastered drop today. My bad. I am sorry. That is my bad. Did not mean to give you another heart attack-like event. That is my bad. I should not mistaken those two because those are very different games. My bad. You have any idea how confused I was? I'm like, I only know there was a sorry. You know, I'm also confused. I have never played Elden Ring, but I have played like Oblivion, like the old ones I've played. So that's why it was a little significant to me, but I didn't bother to remember because it's been so long since I played them. You shut your mouth, Masamune. Oh, I just cracked my neck so hard my brain is red. I'm like, oh no! I hate that feeling. Okay. Whereas the seats in an enclosed cabin face each other. See, yeah, this is what I was talking about. You can't see the other person under them. The visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as I've drawn here. Obviously, you can't see the other side. The seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat... Okay, I drink water. It's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it. True. Drinking from my water bottle. That's why it's not so sippy today. I don't have a straw. You're right, I should. I went to Pilates today and my body. Okay. I'm sat up. Thank you. I haven't gone to the gym in a week and I feel disgusting. Dude, I haven't been in shape for years because of because of my sickness, because of my surgeries that I feel disgusting. I feel you. I've been in constant state of disgusting for like a couple years now. Quite possible some phantom was sitting there. Oof, you good? I am stable now. I was in and out of surgery for at least 3 years. My last surgery being at last year's August. And then right before that, January. And then right before that, maybe October. And then right before that, maybe September. All I know is like around 10. So each of them sometimes taking months to heal from. So you can you can't work out when you're healing. Like you can't raise your heart rate, can't bend over, you can't pick up things heavier than 10 pounds. Like there's a whole list of things you can't do when you're healing. So just saying. Don't want to get into it because personal reasons, but damn, that sounds rough. Oh, that's fine. I've explained it all to everybody who's been around. Like Mark knows it all because he's been around. Same with Masamune. I have eye issues. I've gotten like 10 eye surgeries. So, and when you have eye surgery, you can't do anything because you don't want your stitches to pop. I get stitches in your eyes. So, I'm not clear yet. As in, I'm stable, but it's still a thing that I have, but I'm stable. So, I have no surgery planned now. That's a good thing. I'm trending in a positive direction. Yeah! Is it better now, though? Yes, I am stable. As in, my eye pressure is stable. I've lost vision in my right eye, but my pressure is stable. So that's why I started working out again, because I got in the clear. Like I feel stable, so I started working out again. Darn, yeah. I mean, I've lost maybe 50%, 60% vision in my right eye. I'm not completely blind in my right eye, but I've lost quite a bit. What can you do? When you're sick, you sick. This is for those who are new. I've taken like 8, 7 multiple month-long hiatuses from streaming because of these. So yeah. So when I tell people I've been streaming for 5 years and then my numbers don't reflect that, that is why. I'm just happy I have my eyesight now. And that's all I can be thankful for. And then I'll go do Pilates. Try to get back into shape. Pirate streams worth it. Yeah, some have seen me with just an eye patch on. Thank you. Cats bite me. For the follow. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're generally proud of you. Oh, thanks, 12. That's really nice of you to say. Hopefully, none of you will have to go through one of my hiatuses again anytime soon. Knock on wood. But I'm trending positively as per my doctor. So, yippee! Hopefully 2024 would be a year I can finally get healthy. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. Rejoin. What's a rejoinder? Oh, 2025. My bad. What did I say? I'll be here if you do. Oh, thanks. What year did I say? 2024. Fuck. 2025. You're right. 2024, I had 2 surgeries. 2025, so far, no surgeries. So let's keep it that way. That's what I say when I'm very only recently trending positively. Only recently. So, yippee! Yeah. I cannot entertain this conjecture, Council. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Can you, Mr. Naruhodo? Can I? Kind of mentally stable in 2025. Hell yeah. We like progress. We like progress here. It was interesting to see Pirate with a big gulp of coffee unwashed. With a big cup of coffee unwashed streaming with Bedhead? What? I never had a big gulp of coffee. That's too much caffeine. And I always had my face done. It wasn't a VTuber for no, actually. I was a normal like face cam streamer. Like I used my face for like the first few years. And then I transitioned into a VTuber. But my face was always made, Mark. This is why it's one of the reasons why I became a VTuber. I hate putting on makeup every time. Shit. Fuck. Such a pain in the ass. Jesus. And half the time you couldn't even see what I was drinking. I was using like a tumbler. Christ. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Who could have been in the other seat out of sight? I would assume my defendant. Is bro saying you didn't do a good job with makeup? Bro saying he's just trying to put fake news out because no one else here has seen, because most people here have not seen my old streams. Still have head cams. Yeah, no flesh streams, no more. I was great with makeup, all right? Do you like not want to live? Yeah! Mark. I didn't put that much makeup on, to be honest. I did enough, though. My camera wasn't even that good, to be honest. I also used a filter. I used makeup and then a filter on top of that. You know when Snapchat was a thing? There was a Snapchat desktop application that you could use filters. That would help. I could put makeup on without putting makeup on. Like you can customize a filter. Like I didn't change my face shape or anything. It was just to put eyeliner on me. I was a potato once. If it wasn't great, I wouldn't still be here. Thanks. Okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you. Snapchat still thing. Yeah, I know. I mean, like Snapchat, the desktop application. There was like Snapcam or something. Like you could put Snapchat filters on your desktop and use them in like Zoom and stuff like that. Like that. That's what I mean. I don't mean like through the phone. I mean like on my actual PC. I was a potato. Some girl in middle school thought I wore eyeliner and fake eyelashes. The fuck? Like dog lick puppy filter. Oh yeah, that's an old filter. Why? Why did they assume you wore eyeliner? So, I understand the fake eyelashes just because some guys, assuming, I'm sorry if I'm assuming what you are, but if you are a male, some of you have long eyelashes for no reason, and I get offended. Because apparently my eyelashes were long and dark. That's fair. Egg? I don't have an egg right now, unfortunately, Crimson. Some of us. I hate my eyelashes. They're so fucking long and they stab me in the eyeball. That's fair. Stop bragging! I have very sparse and short eyelashes. And they still stab me because they fall off in my eye. Take them. I wish! I wish I could! I don't have much eyelashes. I have to trim my eyebrows. Earbrows. Ew. Eyebrows. I mean, a lot of people have to trim their eyebrows. That makes sense, though. I can't even wear fake eyelashes because I wear glasses. Not many fake eyelashes are, like, short enough to wear with glasses. Feel like an airport. Why are they so goddamn pushy? Well, at least you can go get them trimmed. Just go to an eyebrow lady or eyebrow guy. Go to an eyebrow person. They can help you trim it up. It's not hard. At least we have things like that. A response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's not delay. This is why I draw my eyebrows. Because I don't have much. I have very thin eyebrows. Let's not delay. Counsel the defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view. Excuse me. Oh, hey, Necrosis! How are you? Stream's going well. Just playing some Ace Attorney. How are you? Are you allowed to bring alcohol to a court? I don't think so. I don't know what this guy's drinking. I'm pretty sure my defendant was occupying the other side of the seat. Because he's innocent. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McGilded? What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant. Yeah. Great when I get to see you. Aw, thanks. That's nice, Necrosis. Thank you. Is that allowed? No, that's not allowed. This guy's just dramatic. This Van Zeke's guy. If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hollow chalice, do forgive the discourtesy. See, he's just being really dramatic and emotional. Lord Van Zeeks! See, even the judges. You see, the judge is upset. People talk in those teeny island nations in the Far East as having a learning culture of their own. That's racist! He just said, these Japanese people think they know how to use their brain and think they have a culture. First of all, we're in London, England. This is like devoid of culture. What are you saying? Fucking what? That's racist. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. That's racist. Ask you what happens when you mess with Asian culture. You get no money for video games because I feel like we supply... I'm Asian. We supply so much video games. Buying and making. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Assassin's Creed. Any gacha game? The multiple witnesses have attested to the fact the very premise on which this case is built. But that premise may be wrong. True. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. I mean, Ubisoft is selling half of their company to Tencent. Are they? I didn't know that. Wait, is that a good thing or not a good thing? I don't know much about Tencent, the company. What inconsistency council? I think you half, but they are. Ooh, that's interesting. The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claim that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim. Yet, we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains. The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, their testimony remains unchanged. Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. Glasses are dirty. Gracious. Eyelashes are not happy. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. Tencent is a Chinese company that owns a shit ton of big games. Oh, like, you know, creators of Baldur's Gate. Oh yeah, Marvel Rivals and such. Hopefully they can fix Ubisoft's trashy games. Yeah, Ubisoft has been trending downwards for a long time. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night. A third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands. Both of them. Oh shit. And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary. Dun, dun, dun. I know. Ordar. What exactly are you postulating? Objection. Hi, Winter. How are you? How's it going? How you doing? How to be? How to do? The defense's postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused. I'm good. That's good. I'm glad. This game is more dramatic than me. I don't like that squints. The thing about Tencent is that they're pretty successful because they're pretty hands-off after the acquisition. That's good. They usually just want to cut out the profits afterwards. See, that makes sense. But like, I don't know why companies think they need to like mess with shit after acquiring a company. If it's doing bad, sure, try to do well with it. But if a company's doing good, you try to mess with it, you're gonna mess up things. I don't understand. It's the same energy of like when people in Hollywood buy a very well written IP and then they rewrite it because they think they could do better or something and they fuck it up. It's the same energy. When elaborating on his testimony, so I wouldn't expect Tencent to save Ubisoft beyond letting them go private again. Oh, that could be a thing, actually. You're right. Maybe. Snow White. Was Snow White really that bad? I haven't watched it, but I hear everyone hates it. Like Star Wars. Is there a lot of drama with Star Wars? I'm not a Star Wars person. I'm a Star Trek person. Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. Tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though. It beat Dragon Ball Evolution. In the worst rated movie ever produced. Wait, Snow White is rated worse. It's got it's gotten worse ratings than Dragon Ball Evolution. Really? That's how badly people hate it? That's fucked. I've seen Dragon Ball Evolution. That was straight shit. Absolute dog shit. That's weird. Yes, that's right. Both gens were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir. There's a whole list of things wrong with Snow White live action. Really? The only thing I know is that Gal Gadot was a bad cast and that the Snow White actress can actually sing. That's all I know. And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? I'm afraid I don't remember. You call yourself a hatter. It was so bad that Disney is making another Snow White movie that's going back to the original story and production starts in 2020. Wait, Disney confirmed they're remaking Snow White because this one was so shit? They're making the same movie back to back? They never do that. That's how bad this one was received? Dude, that actress's career is in the gutter. Girl. What the fuck happened? Jesus. That's embarrassing. Style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilden, would have undoubtedly have offered to dispose that fact. Oh, that's true. Unless that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. But the accused failed to even notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled. Ugh. Yes, I'm not watching Snow White. He's right. There was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. It's inconceivable that Mr. McGilden would have been unaware of it. Like, literally, the creator of Disney said that Snow White's story could never be changed because it was so perfect. But the new Disney decided not to listen to the creator. That's literally Hollywood in a nutshell. That's the entire American entertainment industry in a nutshell. They always buy something that has something established, fuck it up, and then we all hate it. I don't know anything that someone has rewritten that already had a very established story that we liked better. At least I don't know any. I don't understand why they keep doing that. There's clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused, Mr. McGilden, to the stand. Oh my god, he's gonna put a testimony? Well, what say you? What say you? What say you? Counsel. Prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilden is no uneducated ruffian. True? If indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it would have been a most deliberate act. True. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord, should we ask Mr. McGilden to testify or not? I think we're gonna have to make him testify. Otherwise, we're not gonna get any more facts out of it. We're gonna have to make him testify. Go on, Mr. McGilden. You tell me what's up. You tell me what's up. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilden to the stand. I want to eat a watermelon. I eat watermelon. I had some other candy today. Does anybody eat like Lucky Charms? You know the cereal Lucky Charms? A chili? No. Are you trolling me? Sour. A cereal, Lucky Charms. I'm over Nesquik guy. The cereal? Nesquik cereal? Do they still make that? Ah. Why is it sour? Oh. I have watermelon rings. That have chili and lime on it. They're not just regular watermelon rings. Excuse me. There's chili and lime on it. Huh? What do you mean? Sounds amazing. You've never had it? Yo, send. How do I... Oh, let me think. How do I send that? How do I... Hold on. This is sad. Watermelon rings with tahine and chamoy. Sorry, I salivated too much. But in Spanish. God, what's the candy called? Hold on, I'm looking for it. I wish they would give me the Spanish. I don't remember the Spanish. Because it just says tahine watermelon rings, but like there's a Spanish name for coating gummy candies in chamoy and tahine. I don't remember the name though. Hold on. What's the candy? What's the candy called when you cover gummy candies in chamoy and chile and lime? Something dulces? Fuck. Dulces enchilados? What is it called? Let me find something. I'll find it. I'll find it. They're like, do you know what chamoy is? 12. Do you know what chamoy or tahini is? Trying to find it on Amazon. Okay, so it's like this. Here, not the first one. Chamoy is like the liquid version. Here, I'll put it. This is what I found on Amazon. It's like this. God, that's a fucking long link. My bad. That's a long link. Why does Amazon have such long links? But like, that's what it is. Like, there's a lot of different versions of this though. That's the thing. I just found the first one that I saw. Some of them are peach rings, some of them are watermelon rings, some of them are gummy bears, like some of them are like mango candies. Like, it depends. There's a whole thing of covering candy in like chili and lime that I forgot what they're called. But no, that's what I'm eating. That's why it's spicy and sour. Christ. I should not have eaten that. Did not know. Well, I hope you eat. Hopefully you get a chance to try them. I like them. It's how I like to eat mangoes too. I'm gonna be fast now. You're gonna go order some. Cause like the one I sent you is like actually they used I'm gonna be fat now. Oh, fat. Like, you know what tahini is, so at least you know the one I sent you. There's other ones that soak that also use chamoy, which is like a liquid tamarind syrup. And then they use the tamarind syrup to make the gummy sticky, and then they put chili and powder and other things on it on top of it. The one I sent you just has tahini and lime, but there are other ones too. It's so good. But I should really not eat them on stream. That's the only problem, is that I want to eat them, but I couldn't. I should not eat them on stream, especially if I have to read something. Because it's like sour. I like citrus. I'm a big fan of citrus stuff. 100 calories per 10 servings. I'm going to be finishing that shit in one sitting. I wouldn't if you don't want your tummy to hurt. At least I can't eat that much candy at one time. So, they love sour stuff? Nice. The thing is, I don't like sour candies generally. Like, I don't like warheads or like lemon drops, but I like lemon and lime, the fruit, and oranges. But I like this type of candy. It's an interesting thing. I like it though. It's like a Mexican candy. I'm a type of psycho that used to drink vinegar and lemon juice as a kid. What? Obviously, I would have to sneak around. That's crazy, 12. That's crazy. You better watch your teeth enamel. All right, we're gonna have the defendant testify. All right, defendant, testify now. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that teeth enamel is the Jesus. All right, let's see what the defendant has to say. Let proceedings be resumed. To be sure I have, my lord. There are now 2 matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Begad, no, 'tis not in my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. Hello, Krogi. Welcome. How's it going? How are you doing? Howdy, howdy. How to be, how to do. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell yous all, or keep me mouth shut? Watching my CPU hover around 38 while watching 2 streams at the same time brings me joy. Makes me think that the heart attack was worth it. I think it was worth it. That's pretty good. Now, I can't imagine 2 streams being very high performance. Try running something. High Cyberpunk at full graphics. It's Google Chrome. How many tabs do you have up, though? More tabs! More! Max it out! Or just play Marvel, or no, just play, is Marvel Rivals optimized? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I tried that. Max, it was like 72. Oh! 72 tabs! What a nightmare. I don't have a lot of tabs open on computer, that's fair. I generally use Firefox if I need to save on CPU or like memory. In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. Oh, there was a third! On my phone though, we don't talk about that. Oh, that's true. No, I think I'm hovering around like 20 tabs on my phone. I always thought that tabs weren't in focus, didn't consume any resources. Oh, really? That's understandable to think initially. But no, yeah, they do. They take up a lot of resources, especially Chrome. Especially Chrome. Chrome just eats it up. Greedy Chrome. Like for stream, I use Firefox. Sometimes I use Chrome in my passive, like I'm not streaming, but I'll default to Firefox if I can. 21 tabs of groups, and each group has 30 tabs. 12? That's crazy. I'm wrong though. That's okay. It's okay to be wrong. Now you know. Now you know. I don't think I have that much on my phone, 12. And I have a strong phone. I have a pretty strong phone, and even I don't do that. That's a you thing. 12, that's a you thing. Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You... He let the third person get away? What the heck is happening in this trial? No, Magnus McGilded. That convenient excuse can't save you now. Bruh. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Okay. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Why is McGilded talking like me? I think he's supposed to be Irish? I think. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. And who was this young child of whom you speak? You're brave to narrate a visual novel? A lot of talking? Oh yeah. I've played one already. I've played a couple visual novels on stream. Full playthroughs already. It's quite a lot to do. So I try to do them in sections, but the longest I've gone, I think, is 6 hours. And then I was like, I gotta stop. So it's not the first visual novel I've done, but it's definitely one of the more involved. I agree. It's fun though. I like these games. And who... I wish I could voice act it all, but alas, I can't. I wish I could though. And who was this young child of whom you speak? That... I don't know. You don't know who the kid was? You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since. Oh, bro, I don't read things on stream because I have having a stroke whenever I read it out loud. That's fair. That's fair. I just got used to it, I think, and I just kind of got used to it because I play JRPGs. So if I'm not reading here, I'm definitely reading elsewhere. Your voice is strong to do that? I think so. But that also might have been just a good day. I think on a day-to-day basis, I don't think I could do that. I think I just happened to have a 6-hour stream on a day that my voice was okay. Normally, I could only go maybe 3-4 hours. Just saying. So 6 hours is not my norm. I just got lucky. Objection, I appreciate your voice acting. I wish I had more though. Some people can do like voices and more emotions, but I just have my voice. We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. Yeah, where's the kid? The prosecution calls for the witnesses' statements to be disregarded by the court. What? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. Why would a child be listening to a court? What happened? What happened? Whoa, what happened? What's going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face. What is happening? I am in the courtroom. What is this circus? Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody. Clear the courtroom. What is this smoke screen? Hello? What the fuck? Friends can't understand just how I yap. to myself on stream when I have 0 viewers. Everyone starts somewhere. Which one is kind of rude? Like, what the fuck, guys? Normal people don't get it. They just don't get it, and they never will. I'm just used to yapping to myself. That too. Everyone starts somewhere. And also, like, they just don't get it. Some people don't know how to be by themselves. And don't know how to entertain themselves. And don't know, and don't think that you're just entertaining, you know? What a court is this? I agree. We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. I was also streaming to 0 people at some point as well. Not that I'm too far off from 0 still. I was like 12 right now. So I'm not that far off, to be honest. But like, still. My ADHD is so strong that I haven't been talking to myself since I've been talking to myself. Right? You're well practiced. You're well practiced. Amid scenes of chaos, as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber, we had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. I was wondering where this was going. Dude! Did my defendant run? Did the little kid help them escape? What was that line? Felt so planned. They're like, that child could be in this very courtroom. What do you mean? What are you saying? What are you hinting at, buddy? What is this shenanigans? Defendants, antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? Mr. Naruhodo, I managed to find out what happened. Mr. Sato, I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. Yeah, Expedition Preload released today. I'm excited. Yippee! Is this the first one? This is the first game in Chronicles. It's not the first court, but it's the first. It's like the third court proceedings that I'm doing in this game. But like the very first game, this is like the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is a spin-off, a remake of the spin-offs of their main game. The main game is just called Ace Attorney Phoenix, right? Or something like that. There's a trilogy for that. Those are the main games. This is kind of a remade spin-off. So none of these are like the main people everyone knows when they see the word objection. Those characters are not in this game, but it is related to the same universe to some regard. and game format. Okay, I thought this was the Phoenix Wright trilogy. My bad. No. This was Chronicles, some remade spin-off. I have played the trilogy. I've only played the first one in trilogy though. I haven't played the second or third yet. I'm just jumping around. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl, around 15, I hear. Oh, shit. A young girl. Then, could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilda was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh. What's become of Mr. McGilda, actually? Like, where's my defendant? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? That's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, that's true. If there was a fifth person in there, it would have been 25 collected. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That is strange. Counsel for the defense kindly proceed into the courtroom. Trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mr. Sato. Yes. I don't really like how they've changed how they've addressed each other. Like, Ryunosuke has always addressed Susato as Susato-san, I thought. And then Susato, the girl, always addressed Ryunosuke as Ryunosuke-san. Now there's Mr. Ryunosuke and Miss Susato. Sure, we're in England, but shouldn't have to change that much. The fuck? Who the fuck is this? She doesn't look 15. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Alright. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord, I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which failed proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Army? Good gracious, the army! What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery. But she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Hey. Thank you. Moko does Destiny. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, it took me a second to read your name. Your name, girl. Here's a flower just for you. Ah! I got a flower. Wait, that's so cute. Aww. Kyokoro. That's so cute. That's a cute emote. I really like that emote. Ha, so cute. Get in line, bud. I can accept many flowers. You don't need to go in line. That's a cute emote. That's a very cute emote. Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? She not saying shit. What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? If I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that this wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that? 'Tis all tied up with the events of last night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. This is my fave emote. Jesus. That's a crazy hydrate emote. I think I also have one too, but like, it's not the animated one. Is Charlie chugging water? That's not from his stream though, is it? Oh, it is. It is moist. Oh, for some reason, I always read the bottom as the streamer, but they've tagged their artist. I never see people use their artist tag. It's shy. I got it. It's moist. Okay, got it. I was reading the wrong name. I don't really watch him too much. I wonder how he's doing. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, Bagora, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find?
There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. What? I remained somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus. Is that correct? 'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the 5th passenger, my lord. Okay. Aight. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Yeah, I guess. I mean... I have no idea where to start. Well, if you have nowhere to start, what do? You press everything. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off, so you fell asleep. And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There was not. The cabin was empty. There was not one on the roof deck. There was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were. I see. Aye. And that's why I took the backside as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable, where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Okay. Then, Bagora, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. Okay. Back of the buses are the most comfy. Unless you don't like hitting, like, speed bumps really hard. Then maybe that's not the best. Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed? Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me, I opened my eyes. There wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage, but the fella on the floor. You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream. Ah, from the seats above you, on the roof deck, I presume. Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before me eyes. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Did you not see him bleeding? You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. Is it? I find that a little hard to believe. It would have been nice to know earlier. Like, bro, I know, right? I'm his defense lawyer. Why didn't he tell me all this? Jesus. Lord Van Zeeks. Now, why would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage? Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. That was kind of mean. Well, now, as you know, I am in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest? Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there? Heavens alive, no! I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Also, bro, touched the dead body, got his fingerprints all over him. We're in like industrial England. They don't have that tech, I don't think, to pull fingerprints yet. They barely have enough tests to find poison. We're kind of in like the Industrial Revolution, I think. Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. At this point, just leave him to die in jail. He's digging his own grave. I can't! I have to prove he's innocent. Otherwise, the law school here at England won't let me stay and practice law. That's the reason why I'm defending this guy. The Supreme Justice Attorney or something. He says if I don't win this case, he's sending me back to Japan. If I win this, I can stay and study. That's the whole reason why I'm defending this guy. So I have to win. Okay. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well now, 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up, it came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. Good gracious! Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage. Hi, the gal. Hi, fish girl. Jesus. Hi, how are you? How's it going? Oh, it's Jinx. I didn't realize Jinx had a global emote. That's funny. The whole bus was submitted as evidence. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. And that's what I found her. There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I don't think a 15-year-old could hide herself in there. She looks kind of tall. You say she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, me heart nearly stopped beating in my chest. You're really overacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there and set her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. Seat opposite? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. Why? You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir. Bro, what? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream. A fellow's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and gentleman with a knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witness did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGilden. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was, in fact, this girl and the late Mr. Mason. Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. Okay. It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature and readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl. After that, of course. Okay. With the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events, as explained, are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. This game has more zigzagging lines than some Asian dramas. What the fuck? I mean, that is the basis of this game. It is kind of weird. Who is the girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade. Lestrade? My lord. She is a chancer. Earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. Oh, she's a pickpocketer. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Ah. What? This girl here? A petty thief? Okay. Ordar. Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. She has a gun! What the fuck? How dare you? What is the meaning of this? Ah. She's gone. Open your eyes. I'm over here. What the fuck? Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep? I'm so confused. Me too. I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on. That's what's in your heads, ain't it? Not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the... This is assault. This is assault. This is assault. In a courtroom. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. What the fuck? Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah. This was in a bag I lifted the other day. Down where they keep the four-wheeled drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best. Do not wave that thing in my direction again. I would also pour a drink if I was him. So you admit that you're riding the omnibus on the night in question. What kind of court is this? Crazy court. 'Tis alright, lass. You gotta tell them you can tell the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. Oh, he is Irish. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright, if I have to. Alright, we got another fucking witness. Jesus! I'm fine, sorry, I knew. I'm good! Just trying to figure out what this girl was up to. She was doing some weird shit. My eyes. Blurry. Something's in it. Hold up. I grabbed an eyelid wipe. I feel like my eyelashes or my eyelids are dirty or something. I have a lot of eyelid wipes for this exact reason. Hold on. Do some tidying. Ugh, Jesus. I think my glasses keep getting smudgy because of my stupid eyelashes. Okay, that's better. That sounds painful. It's making my eyes watery. No, it's like an eyelid wipe. So it's like just a little wipe that you wipe your eyelids and eyelashes with. It cleans them. It was... what do you mean? Yeah. It's like a little pre-wet wipe. It cleanses your eyelashes and eyelids. Like inside the eyelids? No, just on top of it. Like your surface eyelid. And then your eyelashes. It's like, yeah. Thank God. No, I'm not cleaning the inside. Gracious. There's no way I could without hurting myself. Now, just on the surface. My eyelashes get really oily. So if I don't clean them here and there, they brush against my glasses and they make smudges. I don't know why, but they just do that. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for my troubles that night. Oh, was she just trying to pickpocket people? I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Okay. Mine's just stabbed me. Oh. No, I clean my eyelashes and eyelids all the time. Because I also put in eye drops for moisture. And then sometimes I'll do a heat compress to clean out my tear ducts. Like, there's a lot I do for eye maintenance. Because of that, this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. So she was just stowaway trying to steal from people, but she heard all the commotion. I didn't even know there was a thing called eye maintenance. Yeah. There's like eye cleansers. There's my eyelash wipes. There's heat compresses. Like you wear like a warmed eye mask and then it heats up a little bit and then it loosens or it helps cleanse your tear ducts because it makes you tear up a little. It makes your tears produce more for a second. So it kind of clears up your tear ducts a little, adding more moisture to your eyes. But that's because I have dry eyes. Some people have irritated eyes, so they use cold compresses instead. It depends who you are and what your eye issues are. I'd be crying myself to sleep every night. I know need to... Well, if I cry, the thing is, I hate crying. If I cry, my eyes are shot. Like, they're red and dry as fuck after crying. It's really bad. I have prescription level eye drops. Like, the over-the-counter eye drops for moisture don't work for me. I have, like, prescription level ones. I tried getting tear duct plugs, too, but they didn't work out very well. Like, you can put a little plug in your tear duct, and it helps from your eye drops. Your tears, your natural tears from evaporating too fast. But it didn't really work well for me. Maybe I'll try another time. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. Oh, he was sitting on the compartment the girl was hiding in. This is where I sat that night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume? Ah. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Oh, I thought it was smaller than that. Aye, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. Ah. So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, it'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I could live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Not bragging, but lucky for me, I still have 20/20 vision. That's good. Even though I treat them like shit. Used to play long gaming sessions in the dark with no lights. Used to stare at the sun when I was a kid. Oh, Jesus. Rub my eyes when things got in them. My poor eyes. I was like that too, to be honest. I mean, I've always worn glasses, so I've always had not good vision. But I've had pretty healthy eyes up until maybe 4 years ago. So my condition is a kind of a recent development in my life. I wasn't born with it. But I never rubbed my eyes. Because I used to wear contacts. And you can get wrinkles. And it will scratch your cornea. Not at all, my lord, not at all. What was said? Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question. Oh, okay. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. I can't wear contacts. That shit freaks me out. Haha, that's fair. I used to play sports, so I had to use contacts. This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I just wear glasses or get eye surgery. That's fair. My option is only glasses. I can't get like LASIK. Whatever condition I have with my eyes, it's dangerous for me to get something like LASIK. So I can only have glasses. No contacts. My medication is not compatible with contacts. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Oh, shit! He was thinking of the children. He was! We've got 5 out of 6 innocents. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. We have 6 out of 6 jurors saying he's innocent. What? Oh, shit. Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty. Oh, shit. Mr. Naruhodo! This... Well... It must mean what? That we're victorious! Why are they using fire in the court? I don't know. This is a weird court. We've won? Are you sure? Of course we're not done yet. Whoa! If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. He's pretty flexible to get his leg up there, though. This really is a consummate example. Of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us clear insight to his true nature. Hold on. What do you mean his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. Craps popcorn. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Oh, there was stuff in it? The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilda's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. There was something in there? Before the evidence was submitted to the court. Or die. How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affected? Counsel. Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. That's the kid. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend, that's racist. Me. When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of law. pray, what did you find? What did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? Did we record that? Oh, what did it say? Your passengers never lie. It's empty here, though. Was it not empty earlier? Hold on. I mean, I can't say I didn't look. I can't say it was empty, because I don't know that. If it was submitted with stuff in it from a police report, I would say it wasn't empty. I guess. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense, but as far as I remember at least, when I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there was a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure, counsel? Not a be-whist. What are you saying now, you daft daw? I thought you were on my side here. Shite. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? Did you mess up? Doesn't feel like it, though. The other two were completely wrong. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand, but it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Interesting. 'Tis not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. Now then, a fella's memory is a curious thing, not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken? Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain a smooth running of the carriage. The Guild's rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times, so it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. See, there was shit in there. That money-lending fleecer and the pick purse are lying. Well, lost one. Can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, the lot of them. What? Oh, no. Now, see, it was true. It wasn't empty earlier. There was something in it. Because it looks like carriage equipment is usually stored in there. So there shouldn't be empty. Right, so I must concur here. Uh-oh. 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 It's okay, we'll get them back. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Hello, hello. He-Light Gamer. Hello, welcome, welcome. How are you? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I chat, what is up? The jig is up! We're in the middle of a murder case. How's it going? Thanks for the follow, He-Light Gamer. Thank you so much. How are you? Are you looking for people who are playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles? No, the jig is up. Not the gay. The jig is up. Counsel for the defense. Begin your questioning of the witness, please. We still haven't questioned the girl or cross-examined the girl. The whole balance of the trial just shifted. Man, I love Ace Attorney. Really? I've only played the first game of the trilogy and then the start of this game. Those are the only Ace Attorney games I've played. I've only recently got into the series, but it's super fun. Playing Chronicles. All right, cross-examination time! Bareback switching to phone, which means I'm going to be crashing out even more. Okay. All right, testimony. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses. Just like always. Oh, you have to play the whole trilogy. Oh, I will. I'll definitely get back to the trilogy. I just didn't want to play all three back to back and then get burnt out. I wanted to enjoy them thoroughly, so I'm kind of making space before I play the second one. But I definitely will. It was right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell ya, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out of my skin. I did. The scream just came out. Because of that, this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. And then Apollo Justice, and then Investigations. Is that okay? Okay, I know I know the game I'm currently playing is a spin-off. So it's not directly connected to all the main games, but is that the order? You play all three of Trilogy. Then you play, I guess there's an Ace Attorney Apollo, Ace Attorney Justice, and then Ace Attorney Investigations. Is that 3, or is Apollo Justice one game? I don't know the exact order I should be playing these, but I know I can play the spin-off whenever, because it's a spin-off. Oh, hi, Astra! Welcome. It's my sibling. Hello. How are you? How's it going? How you doing? Okay, now we gotta press something. Okay, it's clear that they're still very unsure. Isn't Chronicles like a far prequel? Huh? Oh, I heard it described to me as a remake of some spin-offs. Not entirely sure, actually. Maybe you know better than I do, He-Light. You actual sibling or VTuber? VTuber sibling. VTuber sibling. Played Oblivion Remaster earlier. Oh, yeah! We just talked about that, too, in the stream, that Oblivion had a remaster drop. My bad. V2 sibling, yeah. Pretty much anyone, minus maybe 1 or 2, in my VIP section are my VTuber siblings. Yeah, there's Apollo trilogy. There is an Apollo. Apollo's not one game, it's a trilogy. Wow, Ace Attorney has a lot of games. Shit. Well, I can't really complain. I've played all the Yakuza games, so pick your poison, I guess. Yes, I think you're right. I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. No, she confused the chat by saying Elden Ring 4 came out, which confused. Yeah, I did make that mistake. I thought Elden Ring had a remaster come out. It was Elder Scroll, and I fucked up, and I gave 12 a heart attack. That is my bad. That is my bad. All right, so I stuck inside. Yeah, the Apollo trilogy has Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice. Christ! God, there's so much happening. It's gonna take a long time for me to catch up. Not that I'm in a hurry, but that might be a tall order for me. Dun 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 dun. I'll tell ya. Alright, time to lock in. Yeah, I know, right? Jesus. At least my voice is getting a lot of practice. I tell you can't see a thing in that hiding place. After a while, I hear this loud bang. After a while, I hear a loud bang. Nearly jumped out of my skin. What bang did she hear? Ace Attorney also has an anime, surprisingly. That's what I got told. I haven't watched it though. Is it good? When you say a loud bang, what do you mean? Do you mean the noise of someone falling onto the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily. That's right. And then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab the victim, could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened at the crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. Huh? You saw what? Basically the game, but in anime. That still sounds fun. Old English is so weird. True. It's like the old, you know, old type of accent. I pushed up the cushion, had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up. The bloke would have fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. English itself is weird, I agree. That matches Mr. McGilda's account, of course. But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. What? I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. The fuck? The amalgamation of different languages, true. But hey, this game has Herlock show up so peak. Herlock, I wanna fucking sock this shit out of Herlock shows. It's so annoying. He's charming in his own way, but annoying. Jesus. All right, so we did press something. We got a new detail out that apparently she locked eyes with a dead man. All right, let's see if her testimony has changed. All right, go back to the testimony. Here we go again. There's a new row. Snuck in the carriage. Waste of time. Also, I noticed you have the voice lines in Japanese. I do. I didn't bother to change them because I didn't really know to. But I just kind of kept them. This game is mostly me reading, so I didn't really pay attention to whether or not the voice lines were in English or Japanese. I didn't know that was a choice, though. Get this loud bag. This bang, scream. I thought I got... The one that I pressed earlier seemed like the correct one. Yeah, they have a British accent. Oh, that's funny. Didn't know that. That's cool. Hmm. I'm pretty sure I pressed the right statement though, because we got a few details. We didn't get a new dialogue though. Did I miss something? Did I miss something during the cross-examination? I couldn't be a lawyer. Now, Sam, I couldn't either. Okay, what did I press? Hear this loud bang. This is the one I pressed last time. Hold on. Can I press again, please? I need to go through this dialogue. When you say loud bang, did you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Maybe compare your evidence you have in the statements? Maybe. The thing is, we don't have any evidence on her. Hina is a new witness, so we don't have anything on her yet. But see, right here, they give me the option to look at either of them. Is he gonna react here? Did I miss that? And maybe jump. Did I miss it? Let out a scream involuntarily. You never know. You're right. You're not wrong. Then I felt the cushion over my head get lighter all of a sudden. She's hiding something. She is. Okay, we read through this. Yeah, I saw it. Pushed up the cushion at a quick butcher's while at a time. Irishman was sitting up. The bloke had fallen on the seat opposite. Usually reactions are really obvious. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I didn't miss anything here. That felt right though. Me questioning what sound she heard seemed like the right one to press. So it turns out it looks right at me. I sunk back down again. Never have risked looking. It's not reactive. Huh. Well, at this point, we're just gonna have to press everything. Okay, Mr. discovered you. He pulled you out of the hiding place. Scared stiff. Dragged me out, sat me down, seen it all. You're next to Mr. Mason. The thing is that what she's saying is matching the other testimony. Yeah, but like the thing she didn't add before is that she locked eyes with the dead man. She didn't mention that she locked eyes with him before. That was a new bit of thing that was added. I swore something would have happened there because that was new. Carrot lurched a bit and ended up falling in. Okay. Fun. Gross. Gross corpse. Gross. Both hands got covered in blood. Fair. So she's the one who had blood on her hands. Okay. This is consistent with what the other people saw. For a while, you talked with Mr. Guilty for a while. He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to and all that. Don't think that's relevant to them. Yeah. Then I heard something from the roof. Someone screamed. Right, that is still consistent with the other testimonies. I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and Iris said to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." Okay. He told you to get back in the seat. Okay. Something's bothering me. Hold on, what do you say? Something's bothering me, I just can't quite put my finger on it. Because, yeah, none of these evidence pieces help yet. We already looked inside. This is his gloves, picture. No, none of these work. I just have to press everything until she gives me something. So you're already in the omnibus before it even set off its run. Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of spending a Joey to make a few bob, eh? So runs at... Okay. Time to check the evidence. I think so. Well, maybe. I'm not sure. Because, yeah, she stuck in. She didn't play the fair. Fair. May I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Well, that does clear up a little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence. Yes, okay, we've cleared that up. Fair. And 1 little scape Grace ride for free. Okay, fair. The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before it's his last run, see? That's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Fair, fair. Wait, when they said hold up, did I hear mate? Or mate? Kind of. Yes. They say that in Japanese really quick, though. It's mate. It's the second one. I think. I could be wrong. Full of equipment for the coach? No. Oh. Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there. I always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you. Okay. But it was right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. Okay, press. Maybe it is Mata. Maybe it is the first one. Maybe not Mate. What happened to Kazuma was very sad. I was so fucking upset with Kazuma's like what happened to him. He has so much aura, smart, driven, really nice. Why did they kill him? Because he accidentally, oopsie, I hit my head and died on the fucking boat. They gave him the most unglamorous death I've ever heard of. They're just like, oopsies. Why? Why would they do that to a character? I was so mad. I was so mad about that. At least let him go out fighting something. Jesus. God permit. Oh yeah. Well, that's what my kind call it. You say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. Wasn't it a cat or something? Yeah, or something. It wasn't the cat, it was the girl. It was the ballerina. She, her cat slipped into his room. And then the ballerina got scared. She asked not to tell her secret about the cat. And he's like, let me consult someone else. Let me get a second opinion. And he went to get Ryunosuke in the wardrobe, but she thought Kazuma was going to pull the bell to call somebody from the ship. So she got scared and like pushed him or something, and then he fell or something like that. So she was kind of the actual reason he fell and hit his head and whatever. But like the sailor covered it up. The sailor friend her sailor friend, the ballerina sailor friend, helped cover it up. So I think that's what happened. It was so dumb though. He just tripped. Stupid. The dumb thing way to die. So fucking lame, right? And when you just had him in the previous court case and he was like balling out, being really cool, he just dies because he got pushed real quick. Oops. So dumb. Didn't budge the whole way. Not one inch. I was totally stuck. Tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration. You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin. Yeah. Right. Right, mister? To be sure, to be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on to find a child now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Fair. The way his headband moved in the wind. That's because he had so much aura. He had so much aura. That's why the ribbon moved. It was great. Why is she asking him that? Okay. Press again. So you couldn't see out the cabin at all. Out into the cabin at all. Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me and have a look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. Sus. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. That reason, you weren't able to push the cushion to peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Hey! Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. What the? What are you reacting for? Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestray's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no. 'Twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. Yeah, the reactions are obvious. They generally are, but sometimes I'm not paying attention. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad. Shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. And I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does. Maybe. Miss Lestrade! Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. But jabbers, there's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp. Foibles. What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yeah. What should we make of that last statement of hers? She heard something. She's being really sus. It's important. Of course it's important. It's not insignificant. It's important. My lord, I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important. But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is profoundly the important point. I'm almost sure of it. His wig fell off. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern mind, Counsel. That's racist. Nevertheless, Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating the last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, I won't work on me. Oh, that's right. Insult the judge. Anyways, always a good move. Or learn how to slam the desk in the first case. He hit his head. Yeah. He was like slightly tapping it, and now he hits it. Straighten me ears. Hear snoring. I think the snoring was the newest one. The newest line. And then we gotta press that new line. Okay, let's get back into the testimony and press the new line. Now that she's included the snoring in her testimony. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. Pitch in there. Here it is. There's the new one. So you press the new one, always. You were straining to hear what was happening the entire time? Since the moment you hid yourself. Hey, Donkler, what's up? No, exactly no. Drink your water. Okay. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. Thank you. But then, when I saw this well gut getting on, I got me head down. So you didn't notice me. And Mr. McGilded sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug. What a mug. Jesus. Okay. Let's see. Should I press you because you got surprised? No, it didn't give me an exclamation point. We're fine. What does Adam and Eve have to do with this? I agree. So all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. Eh? So I just had to stay put and listen. To I'm driving. Is pigs to market. Snoring like an old dog he was. Jesus. Huh. Something doesn't add up. Was he sleeping the entire time? What? No, something doesn't add up. Something's wrong about that. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. Ah. At odds? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. Ha. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. Hello? Don't call me that. So Van Zeeks realized it too. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Uh-huh. Yes, my lord. I expected you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. When the music stops, you know you're onto something. Yeah. The music changes at all. According to Miss Lestrade, whilst she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilda's snoring. But think, Brunos, think. My question is, there's no way she didn't hear the door going at least another time, right? She says she didn't hear anything else but him snoring? That doesn't sound right to me. Someone else tried to enter it as well. It's not just him. Okay. It has to be someone else. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. Sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. How loud was bro snoring? How does she know who was snoring? I think he was the only one in the center. But the only other person would be... yeah, the victim. Because the victim also entered the carriage, not just the defendant. It wasn't just McGilda. The victim also entered as well. There were at least 3 people in that chamber. So why didn't she hear the door for the victim? That doesn't make sense. It has to be the victim. He would have to open the door as well. Bryce fired Mason? Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Yeah! Big brain moment. Yeah! He had to have come on too. There's no way. I'd be so bad at this game. That's fine. It's even for me, it escapes me sometimes too. Explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person on board the omnibus was Mr. Gilded, yes? That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at the time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't I? Waiting for this swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Exactly. We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrange's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. That's what I thought. I love the moments where the music picks up. It's so epic. It is. My brain isn't strong enough for that. That's okay. I'm sure you can handle it. Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks. Yes. He knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrange's statement. So smart. I like the older train outfit styles. They are nice. Keck, keck, keck. What are you laughing at? It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. Oh my god. He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? Did you know this game also has like skins? You can like change outfits of the characters. Ah, guilty. Ah. Shit. Ugh, she didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she had some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars. And neither can I. Mr. Foreman! I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. Salubrious? But I must say, I cannot abide liars. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Oh. Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing. Just as bad it is, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Choke on your wine. How much is broken to drink? All of it. Yes, very refreshing. Oh, ouch. It always takes me back when he recoils against the wall. What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadan? How? That's racist. This is carnage. It's perfect. Okay, this guy's nasty as fuck. Juror number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going... I know. We can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. Gilded's innocence. The judge will rule and will have lost. I would imagine Van Zeeks is Edgeworth's ancestor. I would assume so, but I'm not sure. That would be awesome. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. He dies, no more Edgy-poo. No, my pathetic boy. I love Edgeworth. Those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Oh my god, that scared me. Boy, yes. The witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel? I'm sorry, sir. Whatever you do mean. Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication. Jesus, the words. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time. Well, he didn't poof into thin air. He got in there somehow. Is there another entrance to the carriage? The carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in a stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. Then there must be another way in. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? Let me think. Another entrance, right? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. What if they were already in there? They weren't, though. They weren't in there yet. They already proved that he wasn't in there already. He was put there after he had died. Nope, the door would have been heard. He was there already. Nope, they already proved that. There's another entrance. There's another entrance. What, through like the skylight? What if you just lifted the glass thing and just popped right in? From the skylight? If the door... Was that the big thud she heard? If someone came in from the skylight and just fucking went, you know, from the top of the fucking carriage, maybe? If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way. Big brain, is it? Am I right? I wonder what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows, which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Oh, shit. All right, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? It must be the skylight. There's no other opening. It has to be the skylight. I love Van Zeek's objection is in cursive. I know, right? So fancy, motherfucker. How, yeah. The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight. I say, the skylight. Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only other opening. You didn't tell me you couldn't open the skylight. Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However, I can only write in cursive. I can write in cursive. Not well, but I can. The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through. Oh, stop it. So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addled brain theory? Pop it off. I'll jump through. Watch me. Watch me. Both Mr. Gilda and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. I said that's what I said. If they went through the ceiling, you would have heard a thud. It's not exactly a short fall. Yes, which has already been explained as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with a dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A loud noise, enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Yes. Excuse me. Good gracious. Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. True. It could have been. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it. Was he murdered on top of the carriage and fell into it? You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. Oh my god, someone murdered him from the top. Someone murdered him on top of the cabin. It was fair play. Because he has a debt. Simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. Or were they the ones doing it? And yet not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Because they're liars! Oh, liars. Liars! Well, yes, that's true, but... Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? Oh shit, it's already that time. Fuck. Been streaming too long. To be sure, now the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified before said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say. Oh my god. But is it them who the victim owed to? The guy with the mustache, the banker, the banker owes money to Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... Oh, that lady is having a heart attack. You two! Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? You rotter, he said, you rotter. What are you insinuating? Put your dukes up. This is a flaming outrage. I've got a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said. So will I. She's too old for this. Who are you? What are you saying? Me? Mr. Fairplay. You're talking about the grandma? Sorry, I took that personally for a second. You've effectively accusing me, a city gentleman, and a well-respected banker, and me, a very angry hatter. What is bro doing? I wonder who made Mason's hat. Or maybe. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's... I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right. I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel. Put your dukes up. Order. This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zieks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. Rude. You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. The hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. Intimated. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. Yeah, this game has a lot of discrimination. Oh yeah, but it makes sense though. It's timely. Like if during this time, during this era, 100%, 100% it would happen. But it's just fun to point it out. Big. That's racist. I know it was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. Ah, I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fella. Oh shit. They have an idea already. They have an opinion. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's a filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord? You will take the stand again. Make another formal testimony. In reference to the indictment brought by the defense. I was gonna say something like that too, yeah. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. Teehee. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. He's not wrong. Alright, hold on. This is a lot. Okay, hold on. I don't think I can continue any longer today. I felt my voice lose a squeak just now. Like Reese just like a few minutes ago, and I think it's about to go. Not indictment. I've heard myself speak a word and I felt a wind whistle and I lost air and I couldn't say the word entirely. I don't know if you caught it, but I caught it. And that was not a good thing. That's not a good sign. What a cliffhanger. I know we gotta stop. Otherwise my voice is gonna go. I feel it. I feel something. I feel a disturbance in the force. Deltarune coming to you June 5th. Oh, that's good. It's coming on Switch. Don't hurt yourself. No, I'm not gonna hurt myself. I can tell. I can usually tell when I'm starting to waver. And that little whistle that you all didn't catch, but I caught, is a big sign for me to be like, hey, stop. All right. Oh my god. I want to keep going though, but I'm not. I don't like leaving things here. I usually end things between chapters, but this one's taking quite a long time. Hold on. Is any of my... Nope, none of my VTuber siblings are streaming. It's fine. You're a trooper. I'll do my best. Launch title for the Switch 2. I think everyone is anticipating Silk Song, but I don't think that's for a while though. All right, I don't think I have anyone to just raid today. Come on. I guess it is like a funny Tuesday. Not everyone's streaming at this time. No, only people at funny time zones are streaming. My God. Let me see. That's fine. Sea-Dog is streaming. You fucking crazy. I refuse to support Nintendo. Sea-Dog. Silk Song. It's already 2 a.m. Yeah, a lot of people are waiting for Silk Song. Is the cyclothon still going? Is that what's happening? Is he still cycling? Yeah, I think the cyclothon's still going. Cyclothon. Oh. Will he let me raid him? Alright, fine. I'll attempt to raid him. I'll attempt. If it doesn't work, we're just gonna stop the stream, okay? I don't know if he's blocked raids. I'll find Masamune, I'll do it. Shit. All right. Well, today is Tuesday. We'll be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be streaming Fields of Mystria. I usually don't do 2 Ace Attorneys back to back because my throat needs a little bit of rest. But maybe I'll do it on the weekend. Maybe. I will be busy Friday and Saturday, so maybe a Sunday, but we'll see. I don't like how the music stopped. Okay, there you go. All right. But that's the plan. We'll be playing Fields of Mystria tomorrow, I think. And then we'll be playing Monster Hunter Wilds on Friday. And then we'll have a Repo collab on Saturday for my friend Kai's birthday. So that is the plan. But thank you everybody for stopping my stream today. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone it is for you. And hopefully I'll see you in my next stream, as I said, tomorrow for Fields of Mystria. If not then, maybe on X/Twitter or maybe on my Discord. Whichever comes first. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. I will see you soon. We'll try to raid Sea-Dog. I don't know if he's blocked raids or not, but everyone support the cyclothon and donate plasma and to charity. All right. Thank you, everybody. Night-night, everybody. Night-night. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Oh, no raid. Sea-Dog blocked it this time. Looks like my sibling got lucky last time to raid Sea-Dog. No Sea-Dog raid.